Hi, I'm Amiko. I use they, them pronouns, and I was a mentee in the LGBTQIA plus online mentoring group. One thing I love about the LGBT community is the diversity. It's estimated that about 10% of the world's population identifies as being a part of the community. But even within that small minority group, there is still so much diversity. It's currently thought that there are about 46 terms to describe sexual orientation and 64 terms to describe gender identity. And these numbers are always continually growing and changing. And I think it's so cool that there are so many ways to express yourself. In the mentoring program, I think it was a really special opportunity to be able to meet and connect with other queer and autistic individuals from all around Australia. I especially enjoyed being able to connect with all these people. It was a chance for us all to share our stories and experiences and to just be with each other on that journey of self-expression.
This is my presentation about the ICANN Network's LGBTQIA plus group. My name is Paige. I am 15, turning 16 on the 24th of December. I was born in the year 2005 and I am transgender. I really enjoy the ICANN group because it's a safe space for, everyone. So a little bit about myself. I like public transport, trains, buses, trams, all that. I like cars. Up at the top left is my favorite car. I have two pets, a cockatiel called Heath and a cat called Rosie. I love my family, my bike and my scooter, and I love animals. So you can see at the top is an owl because I got to hold a owl at a zoo once. Some of my favorite shows in LGBTQIA plus culture. I don't watch a lot of TV shows. I kind of stick to the same shows. So Brooklyn Nine-Nine is great because there's two main characters that are LGBTQIA plus. Captain Holt is openly gay and Rosa is openly bisexual. And the next one is Atypical because the main character Sam has autism and his sister Casey is bisexual as well. And I like these shows because they make me feel like I'm represented in a show, which is cool. What I like about the group is being able to talk to like-minded people that are like me. And it's good because there's no judgment because people are all going through like the same thing. So if I've had an issue with something and like someone, outside the group that's not in the group, says something to me that's not very pleasant, I can discuss that in the group and then people understand what that's like and can give some advice. It's been really great so far. I've been doing it for a couple of years now. When my mum first signed me up, I didn't want to do it because I didn't think I would like it. But then after my first session, I loved it and wanted to go back. And it goes for an hour, but it feels like 2 minutes because it's so enjoyable. And it's just very relaxing and the highlight of my week. Yeah, and that is all.
Hello, my name is Ethan. I'm 16 and I use all pronouns, and I am from the LGBTQ plus ICANN group. I very much like it there, and it's a comforting, safe space, but I'm not talking about that today. Today, I am talking about my latest special interest, Teen Beach Movie. I will now begin. Teen Beach Movie. Everything is subject for some reason because I said so. Teen Beach Movie, who's she? Which is my funny little gay way of saying, what's that? Before I shed light on the true meaning of these films, we will need a recap. Apologies in advance if you don't want spoilers from a Disney Channel original movie series from 2013 and 2015 respectively. If this statement applies to you, feel free to use my presentation as a short break. Teen Beach Movie. Teens Mac and Brady spend their summer breaks surfing and having fun at the beach, though their summer romance is cut short when Mac's aunt arrives to take Mac to a prestigious boarding school that her dead mother wanted her to go to. Mac failed to tell Brady this beforehand, which makes him understandably upset. Before Mac heads off to boarding school, she takes one last surf on a board that has gone down generations and is said to have shown her family their destinies. When a storm picks up, Brady runs into the water to attempt to save her when they are washed up by a big wave. When they make it back to shore, they find themselves in Brady's favorite movie, the campy beach musical West Side Story. The plot of this film revolved around a biker gang and a surfer group having a turf war to have their favorite restaurant, Big Mama's, to themselves. Brady has a good time singing the songs and entering the scenes he's memorized from the amount of time seeing the film. And Mac, not the biggest fan of this movie, or musicals in general, is usually confused, stressed out, or both. When the romantic leads of the film, Layla and Tanner, fall for Brady and Mac instead of each other, Mac and Brady need to set the plot from the movie back on track, making Layla and Tanner fall in love before the storm at the end of the movie that assumably will take them back to the real world before they get stuck in the movie. Before the storm, they do start to somewhat merge into the movie, their hair not getting wet when they surf and bursting into musical numbers against their will. Even so, the plan works. Along the way, Layla learns to have faith in herself and her talents instead of living for male validation. And Tanner learns nothing, ever. He's an idiot, but I love him. As the teens depart, Layla gives Mac her necklace with the same symbol as the magic surfboard. When Mac and Brady return to their world, Mac ends up staying with Brady and decides she'll make her dead mom proud of her through efforts other than just academic. Teen Beach 2. Mac and Brady have one last West Side Story watch party date before school goes back, during which Mac loses the necklace Layla gave her in the ocean. Then they are back at school, but have a conflict of interest when Mac wants to spend her time studying and creating an oceanography club, while Brady seems to be taking nothing seriously, so he is secretly engineering different kinds of surfboards. The reason it is a secret? Plot. Meanwhile, in West Side Story, Layla begins to tire of doing the same thing, the plot of the movie, over and over, and yearns to see Mac again. When the necklace washes up on her shore, Layla takes it as a sign and walks into the ocean with it, Tanner following her as he feels it's his duty as her boyfriend. They emerge in Mac and Brady's world, days after their breakup due to the conflict of interest mentioned earlier. Brady and Mac have to work together again to make sure Layla and Tanner don't get into too much trouble. Meanwhile, in West Side Story, since the leads aren't there, the other characters get bored and confusion since the plot of the movie isn't happening. And because of the plot not happening, characters begin to disappear and the fate of the movie is put at stake. Back in the real world, Tanner and Layla begin to merge into the real world. As Mac and Brady started to merge into the movie in the first film. To prevent things from going too far, Mac tells Layla and Tanner that they are fictional, and Layla gets understandably upset and throws her necklace into the ocean. The West Side Story crew use the necklace to go to the real world for Tanner and Layla. Now that Layla knows that all of her friends will disappear if she doesn't go back, she goes back. At the night of Brady and Mac's prom, the West Side Story characters come back to get Mac and Brady all back together. Once they are back together, the West Side Story characters have to go back again. They all end up disappearing except for Layla and Tanner, including the character who was holding the necklace. So now the necklace is gone too. Brady takes off the symbol of the magic surfboard and glues it onto a surfboard he made with a motor so one can surf when there's no waves, which there isn't. Before they go, Mac tells Layla that she can change the movie and write her own destiny. Once Layla and Tanner leave, Mac realizes that if the plan doesn't work and the movie never existed, that means Mac and Brady never met. Since Layla changed the movie to Layla, Queen of the Beach, that means the movie, in a way, never existed, and Mac and Brady forget each other. But this time, Mac loves the movie and shows it to Brady, and that's how they meet. So, what's the subtext? Teen Beach is an existential horror in disguise. We've all heard of the 1998 classic, The Truman Show, but what I didn't know is a lot of viewers had their own existential crisis because of it, wondering if they too were the only real person in their life, their friends and family being mere actors. Teen Beach takes this a step further. What if it wasn't just the world around you that is fictional? What if you are too? A character with no free will, merely a puppet used by the film industry to entertain people of a world that you didn't know you weren't a part of. And this is a reality for Layla and Tanner, and briefly Mac and Brady in the first film, though that was quickly avoided. The fact that not only Layla had to learn that she and everyone she knew wasn't real, but she had the only chance of free will stripped from her when she realized that staying in the real world would end the lives of everyone from her world and possibly herself. She has to return to the movie knowing the fact and accepting it, from what seems like a never-ending, self-aware time loop of events. Sure, now she's the main character, but that doesn't change her harsh reality. Teen Beach is queer as hell. To not end on a terrifying note, let's make things gay. The Teen Beach duology has a lot of queer subtext, but the strongest contender, in my opinion, is Layla and Mac's friendship. During a sleepover at Layla's house, Layla tells Mac what is basically a coming out, with all terms about wanting to date girls replaced with wanting to surf. Mac is the reason Layla takes up surfing, the reason she helps save the day in both films, the reason she wants to be in the real world, and honestly, the reason for most of her actions. The cast of West Side Story is made to be straight. They have to be. It's a family-friendly film from 1962. The song Like Me is basically an advertisement for heterosexuality and gender roles, for heaven's sake. Layla and Mac find the courage to create their own destiny from each other. If that's not queer coding, I don't know what is. Also, they're the #1 Teen Beach ship on AO3. Thank you, gays!